What's up? Today we are going to be doing something a little different for these One Piece videos. So this is an idea that I stole from Sammy, and people saw in real time me stealing the idea because I did. If you didn't know, I did a live stream with Sammy Sai, who does One Piece reactions as well, and on this channel, he and I did a stream together. We talked for like 4 hours straight with no breaks, and it was amazing. It was a great stream, but during that time we discussed a lot of things. We kept talking about a bunch of different stuff, and something that we talked about was the fact that he had done a video on different One Piece dubs, and he said you should do it as well. And so I went, yeah, you know what, I'm looking for some extra stuff to do, so this sounds like fun. I haven't seen any dubs for One Piece other than the original Japanese, obviously, as I did on this channel, and the English dub. I have seen like a good portion of One Piece in the English dub. I would say like maybe I've seen like a fifth of One Piece overall in the English dub, which, remember, for One Piece, like a fifth is like 200 and something episodes. Like, it's a lot. That's a lot of content. So yeah, so I've seen, you know, quite a bit in the English dub. I love the English dub. Obviously I originally watched the Japanese on this channel, but whenever I rewatch the show, I tend to rewatch it in English. Because I like the English as well. And also it gives me like a slightly different experience. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take probably my favorite scene in the entire series, which is the Robin I Want to Live scene. I think this is what Sammy did as well, this scene. But I'm not just doing it because he did this scene. I think it's the best scene to do because it's a scene that like I feel the emotion, and it's a scene that like the voice acting is a big part of it, you know? It's like it's a really important part of this moment. And I think obviously the Japanese is absolutely incredible. The English like blew me away when I first saw this scene in English. I was blown away by how well it was done. Like specifically Robin's cry. I was shocked. I was shocked at how well it was done. I think it's Stephanie Young is the voice actor of Robin. She's incredible. So that's really good. We are going to be watching the English one to start with, just so we get a baseline. So I'm going to react to the English one first, and then we're going to move on to, what have I got open? The Spanish, the French, the Portuguese, and the German, I think, are the ones that we're doing today. And so I found each of these individually on YouTube, I think. Now, if any of these are not like the official dub or anything, like there's no way for me to know. So you can just tell me, like, if I end up reacting to like a fan dub or something, I apologize. I don't speak these languages, and it's not easy to find these dub clips when you're not in the region. I had hoped that I could just go on Netflix or go on Crunchyroll and just like select other dubs, and sometimes you can do that with certain things, but for One Piece, nope, they've locked it to only Japanese and English, so I couldn't do that. Anyway, let's jump into these. Again, we're going to start with the baseline English, and then we're going to move on from there. So this is One Piece I Want to Live in different languages. Here we go. Okay, starting with English. This is, yeah, One Piece in English. I have already seen this, obviously, but I, you know, it's probably been like a month since I've seen the scene in English. I do rewatch it sometimes, but let's check it out.
There's still something I want to hear you say!
This did start a little bit...
Tell me you want to live!
This started a little bit after one thing, but when Luffy screams like "Bring it on" or something, in English, it's really good.
I can live.
Face
Oh.
it, your whole existence is... The whole world's against you, Robin. You can't be allowed to live.
I love the build up of the music.
I never dared to wish for something like that.
So I guarantee
Oh, that shot is so
that
cool.
you'll find friends who won't ever leave you. Believe in Luffy.
If I'm allowed to say my wish, just this once, then I want to live! Take me with you! Take me away from here!
Oh my god, I didn't think it was gonna get me that time. Every time I hear her voice do that. Oh god.
Oh, you guys, you're so awesome.
Let's go.
Oh, amazing. All right, so that was English. And I mean, like, I was just watching that as a baseline, but it's just to also show you, like, the effect that scene has on me. Now, I want to say, before we move on to the other thing, to me, there's nothing like hearing an emotional scene in your native language. Like, I feel like obviously sometimes you'll have the Japanese version, which is so incredible, and the English version can't quite do the emotion in the same way. But to me, if the English version pulls it off, at least even somewhat, it strikes me so much harder. Cause like I feel like I'm hearing, you know, a person, and I can like sort of feel their emotions more when I can feel like what the like syllables that they're putting emphasis on, and many other things that like hint us to how a person is feeling. And yeah, Robin in that scene, when she screams and you hear her voice straining, and like and I love the line, like they changed it a little bit from like take me to the sea with you to take me with you, take me away from here, which is like so vulnerable. I love it. I absolutely love it. So that was in English. Now, I'm telling you that ahead of time that like nothing hits like the English version, because like I'm probably not going to cry 5 times in a row. But I do want to hear how these other performances sound. I don't want to judge too much, because like I'm hearing like one out of context clip, and I hate when people just watch a clip from the English dub or whatever, and they're not used to the voices at all, and they're like, ugh, that sounds so bad or whatever. I'm not here to try to judge. I'm here to just try to hear how it sounds in different languages. So let's see. This is going to be the Spanish dub, I think. So let's jump into it. Okay, starting from about this. Whoa. Robin! Okay. I mean, I can see myself getting used to a Luffy like that.
Vamos.
Oh, Chopper has a deeper voice than I think.
Dilo.
Nami's great. I only heard her say one word, but...
Una limaña como tú no se la puede dejar con vida, Robin.
Que no podía ni desear.
Ooh, Robin Spanish is really good.
Que tuviera ese derecho.
Yeah.
Quiero morir aquí y ahora.
She sounds like Robin.
No tengas duda.
That's good as well,
de que
Jaguar.
algún día y te seguirán hasta el fin del mundo.
Tened fe en Luffy.
Usopp's pretty spot on.
Si pudiera. Yo
Okay.
quiero vivir.
Oh.
Llevadme con vosotros a surcar los mares.
Yeah, great. No, I think that sounded awesome. Spanish is great. I can see, like, I mean, Luffy's voice didn't sound like what I am used to for Luffy, but it did sound like a likable protagonist type voice, and I can see myself warming up to that voice. Robin was great. Like that sounds like if you had made me close my eyes and guess whose voice was who, I would have been able to guess Robin, absolutely. And Usopp I could probably have guessed as well. Usopp was pretty spot on. Like, Usopp was very similar to the English Usopp, I feel like. Maybe not as much to the Japanese Usopp, but to the English Usopp, he's very similar. So yeah, I love that. All right, next we're gonna do the French dub. For some reason, I have somewhat high expectations for the French dub, and I don't know why. I've never watched a French dub before, but in my mind, they would be good. So let's see. Is this shoot down that flag? Yeah. Okay, so this one's starting a little further back. Kabuto! I mean, we have to remember also, this is Usopp as Sogeking. So he's gonna be talking a little differently. Again, I think Robin sounds exactly like Robin. I have to hear more, but... Like, Robin has a certain quality to her voice that I feel like every dub so far has found it. Oh, and Luffy sounds like Luffy. Oh, Chopper is perfect as well. It sounds like they got the qualities of their voice. The Nami's perfect. It sounds like they got the qualities of their voice great in this dub. I think Luffy could have been screaming more, but that's so nitpicky. Well, to be fair, Robin actually sounds... Robin has a French type voice, even in English and Japanese. I don't know why. I guess because it's smooth and like romantic. So it makes sense that France can nail it. I like how you keep hearing that Usopp line. Oh. She did still have the growl. Like, each Robin has had that. You gotta growl when you deliver the line, and each one's done that so far. Although that was the most subtle one. It was like at the very end. Yeah, that was great. I feel like that dub was like the one that I felt like all of the characters felt the most faithful to. Even if, I don't know, maybe the bigger moments weren't quite as grand, but like it was sort of consistently good. You know what I mean? But I really do think like Robin just as a character, she's supposed to have this like casual, smooth voice. It's supposed to be like I mean, she's supposed to have like the most attractive voice ever. Like, at least to me, I feel like that's the vibe they go for when they cast it. Is like they go, okay, let's see if you can voice Robin. We're gonna close our eyes, and if we like find our heart beating really fast when you speak, like you've got the part. That's what it feels like to me. And that's also kind of what French women sound like a lot of the time. Like, France is a very attractive sounding language, so like women speaking French can be very attractive. So like hearing Robin here, I immediately was like, oh yeah, this makes perfect sense. Like it's like France barely had to try with Robin. I feel like just take any woman off the street and you can probably have a half decent Robin voice. So anyway, that was really good. I liked that. Okay, next one. I think this is the Portuguese dub. Obviously, all of these titles are in a language that I don't know, so I'm going off of like rough translations that I did to try to find these videos. But I think this is Portuguese, which I don't know much about Portuguese in general. But let's see how this dub is. Hobby. Okay. Sounds closer to English Luffy than... Sounds like a younger Luffy sound, you know? Chopper's spot on. Nami, that sounds like... It's crazy sometimes when I hear them and I'm like, they sound like that character. Oh, I like... She's got a good crying quality. Yeah, she's doing the crying well.
Você vai encontrar companheiros que vão te proteger.
I like this Jaguar de Soul voice as well.
Tem que acreditar no Luffy.
Usopp's great. Oh, there's a lot of reverb on it. Oh my god, they added so much reverb to it. But yeah, good. She didn't have the growl though, I feel like, which is fine. Well, that sounds close to the Japanese, Frankie. That's good. Now I don't want to say that every performance needs the growl in their voice, like the gravel. And it's absolutely not true. And in fact, like, I encourage dubs to not just try to do what the Japanese did and like, you know, just do not try to copy that. Like if a voice actor said, I never listened to the original performance, I just did my own, that's great. That's great. You know, like you don't have to, I don't think. Truly, I don't think you have to listen to the original. Because a lot of the time also, like the original is still adapting, like especially for something like this that's based on a manga, like it's adapting a manga. Like English should be able to do their own take on it, and Japanese should be able to do their own take, and Spanish should be able to do their own take. And like, you know, sometimes just doing imitation, that's not really acting. So like when I point out the lack of gravel, I'm not saying, oh, this voice actor should have done some gravel in this line, but it's interesting so that so far I feel like they all have, and this one I don't think did. But the lines leading up to it, especially, where like she was like, now I don't have subtitles on screen because I'm kind of going off of what I remember of the subtitles and of the things, but in the bits where she's like, I never was allowed to wish for anything in my life, and like doing all of that, her crying there felt very authentic. I liked that a lot, so that was really impressive. All right, we have one more, and this one is going to be the German dub. So let's check out the German dub, and I've never seen, I don't think I've ever seen a German. Oh, wait, is Dark German? I watched like 2 seasons of Dark or whatever, so I guess I have seen something in German. But yeah, anyway, let's check this out. This is the German dub.
Robin!
Oh, for a second I thought it was in English. Okay, it's again another like younger sounding Luffy.
Robin.
What the heck? Hang on.
Robin?
Okay, Nami's perfect. Nami's always perfect.
Ich hab gehofft, dass es nicht so weit kommen wird.
And Robin's got that quality again. She's...
Keiner wird mich je verstehen.
I don't know what it is, but every dub nails...
Meere sind unendlich weit. Du wirst sie
Wait.
Freunde
Was there a bit...
für dich da sein
I
und
gotta go
ihn
back.
beschützen werden.
It sounded like it was Japanese for a second.
Du kannst Ruffy vertrauen.
Usopp's good. I think Chopper would just sounded very
Deinen
weird.
Wunsch äußern darf.
Oh, she's doing the crying well?
Ich will leben!
Yep.
Mich mit euch raus auf die Weltmeere!
Okay, it's a different kind of performance, but I do like that. I think that's pretty good. Luffy's a tiny bit strange sounding as well. Are we gonna hear Frankie? I kind of want to hear Frankie. Yeah, Frankie's decent.
Los geht's!
Yeah, Luffy sounds odd. I mean, again, it's like, these are ones that you'd have to get used to. And also different languages have different like styles of voice acting that you kind of have to get used to as well, you know? Like just in terms of like the Korean language, I know we didn't do anything Korean today, but I'm just saying, like, this is what made me think of it. Like, the Korean language, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, in general, when they speak, they, like, elongate syllables. Like, like, they elongate their syllables very, very often. And so when you're watching Korean stuff, you really have to get used to that way of speaking, while like Chinese, I feel like it's like very short syllables that just like go up and down as they're saying it, you know? And so like there's a lot of languages that you have to get used to the way that people and characters speak, and then eventually, you know, once you get used to it, you can start to pick up how good it actually is. So like for a lot of these languages, this was my first time properly watching like a dub of that language. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. But yeah, Luffy sounded a little odd. I could see it working. It was a little strange. Chopper, I was shocked by. There was 2 different things where like I was surprised that Chopper had kind of a deeper voice. But like it's also possible like when Chopper's in his cutesy form, they do a cuter voice, and then they change the voice when it's in like not as much of a cuter voice. Or it's just because like sometimes they'll have the cuter voice, but since this is a serious moment, they gruff it up, you know? Like it's possible that it's any of that. Or, I mean, sometimes, you know, you just make different decisions. I mean, Frankie in the English dub is like nothing like the Japanese, right? In the Japanese, I can't even do an impression, but he's got kind of a higher pitched voice, right? But then in the English dub, he kind of sounds like this. I'm Frankie, you know, like he has this sort of deeper voice. But like, to me, I understand why they did that. Genuinely, I actually think the English version is more what I would expect when looking at Frankie's character. But we just, like, when we're watching the Japanese, we, like, you know, grow attached to this voice. Like, the Japanese Frankie has, like, the weirdness of Frankie, while the English has, like, the coolness of Frankie, to me, you know? And I mean, the newer Frankie voice actually leans further into cool than weird, I think. Like, the current Frankie voice, because the old Frankie retired. Yeah, so yeah, there's lots of different approaches to everything. All I'm saying is I was very shocked when Chop was a very deep voice. It's funny, Nami in every single dub sounded exactly like Nami, and Robin in every single dub sounded exactly like Robin. The women, they can nail those voices for some reason, and I love it. So anyway, that was One Piece in many different dubs. Thanks for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.